An action scene can take anywhere from a week, 2 weeks to a few months. Not only because it's action, but because it also helps the director tell the story of the film. Hi, my name's Alima Dorsey, and I'm a stunt woman. I've been in Jumanji 2, Baywatch, and Ghostbusters, and we're here today to look at how stunts are done in comedy and action film. This is Mission Impossible: Rogue Nation. Oh, this is such an epic scene for Tom Cruise because, you know, that is him doing this stunt. What I love about that is that was probably some kind of wire gag. At least that's how I would have done it. I could have put my stunt person on the wire. Kudos for him. There's a lot of precautions for actors doing their own stunts just because of the liability that goes along with it. If an actor gets hurt, it could actually shut down production. A lot of times the actors want to do their own stunts, and if they're athletic and they are familiar with the kind of gag that we're doing, we want to keep them as safe as possible. So yeah, it's great that they might want to do the action, but we also have to make sure that we get through the film without the actor getting hurt, which is why we have the stunt men and women come in there and put their lives on the line so that the actor doesn't have to do that. This is Casino Royale. That right there is so hard. I mean, can you imagine running at that angle? People really don't even understand how hard it is to try to jump from one thing to the next and pretend to fall. Regardless of the safety lines that you might have attached, just hitting your chest up against the bar, your arms up against the bars repeatedly, those things are super brutal. How crazy is that? Parkour guys really can do that. The way that they land and roll out of those is actually what makes those stunts very doable. That was a nice fall. That was a really nice fall. I wouldn't be as afraid to do that stunt because there's so many different things that they could have done to that material to make it look like it's harder than what it really is. So it kind of softened his fall a little bit. On days like that, that's when they have us bring our fire gear underneath our outfit or uniform so that if we do catch on fire, we do have an extra layer of protection there. They would have someone, the safety team, come out there and actually extinguish all the guys with the fire extinguisher. And this is Ghostbusters. Okay, so first, let me say I love this film, I love this film, I love this film, and it is because I'm in it, just put it that way. The stunt that just happened was a ratchet. So what a ratchet is you have a harness and you're connected to a wire, and then there's a pressure system where you have someone pushing a button, or sometimes you can have a hand pull where you have guys back there pulling on ropes that are connected to the wire. So he was literally yanked back about 20 feet. See that bounce right there? That bounce was real, people, let me tell you. I actually jumped off of this stage. It was about 6 feet up. Whenever you do a high fall, you never want any points to hit. So I wouldn't want my tailbone to hit first or my hip to hit first. You pretty much want to land on your back because that is the safest place to land. I had a back protector, a tailbone protector with the proton pack. So that bounce that you saw was actually real. So it was really fun, but it hurt. It was real.
Okay, and I'm gonna open it on 3.
That little push of this apparatus across the stage took us so long to do. That little push was actually our stunt girl, Meredith Richardson, who's amazing. You had to make sure to push that thing in the right spot each time. Sometimes it's just about hitting a mark, and hitting a mark over and over consistently is a really difficult thing to do. So kudos to Meredith on that one. This is definitely... I actually love this film for a couple of reasons. Quentin Tarantino started my career, as well as he started Zoe Bell's career.
Check this out.
This is such an epic scene that we're about to go into because she's really doing this. They are going super fast. Normally, when you watch stunts, they might go like 20 miles an hour or something, but they are really going really fast. And the reason that I know this is actually Quentin Tarantino. We talk about this film all the time, or we have in the past. He really had to find a stunt woman who could give him what he wanted from this film. He likes realness. He doesn't like to fake the funk. You know, it's really amazing with stunts. We're always putting our lives in someone else's hands. For them to be going at super excessive speeds, Zoe being able to trust the stunt woman that nothing's gonna happen to her and that she can actually perform, because she's acting in this film as well as doing stunts, which is another amazing thing. The safety measures are very important. There's different varieties of safety when it comes to making sure that a stunt person comes home at the end of the day. One of the things that made this stunt more safe than another are the actual performers.
You want to f***ing faster?
I saw a stunt woman pushing another stunt woman's limit, but at the same time, I saw the trust between them, knowing that they were friends, that they weren't going to hurt each other, but still testing each other and pushing each other. And so they had that camaraderie. So that the reason why the stunts actually come out so well, at the end of the day, we always have each other's back, no matter what. We might be the one that pushes you to the edge, but we're also the one that will never let you fall over. This is Legend of Drunken Master. Okay. Jackie Chan is my favorite of all times. This is real stunt work right here. This is like the real deal. Doesn't get more real than this. I mean, just the timing of these fights, for them to be able to go this fast and hit every mark, every expression, is one of the things that the younger generation stunt people strive to be like. That hit, that side hit to the ground, you know, was him actually hitting the ground. It doesn't look like they had anything there. There was nothing there to soften his fall. That's one thing about Jackie Chan he's known for. I mean, he got hurt a lot. There's different ways to protect your skin and body from fire. Normally they have a gel base covering over their skin. It takes some time for that fire to get through that gel. Now, sometime means a few seconds, but most importantly, you have an experienced fire team, a safety team that's ready to make sure that that stunt performer is okay and they can put that fire out in a timely manner, because that gel only lasts but for so long. This is Steamboat Bill Jr. What I love about this is Buster Keaton. Back in the day, they didn't have pads. This is like, I always joke with the older stunt guys. I'll call them like BP before pads. You know, like instead of BC before Christ, it's like BP before pads. I take my hat off to all of the stuntmen and women that came before me, because they don't have any kind of protection whatsoever. They just have to know how to fall. Back then, you were supposed to be tough. There's really no protection there. He really jumped on a mattress, which is something we would never do that today. We'd always have some kind of protection. So cool. It's all about your marks, but just to trust. That's really what that whole scene right there to me was all about, was trust and safety. To trust that house is gonna fall, or that part of the house is gonna fall in the same spot each time, and you can't flinch and you can't anything, is pretty amazing. This is Bad Boys for Life. The laydowns that all the stunt guys are doing is pretty phenomenal. They really picked a very talented group of motorcycle stuntmen in the shot. Wow, that was super cool. Did they have someone? Was the rider still on there? I don't know. I don't think the rider was still on there. I think the way they had the camera set up, that didn't really have to be a real person on that bike when it landed. It could have been a dummy, possibly. The way it was shot, you really don't have to see the person in particular, like details of that person, and it's super dangerous to where you don't necessarily need to put that stunt man's life in danger. Then I think that that's the best time to use a dummy. Oh, those are two fun stunts back to back. So the first one was really cool because that was all about timing as well. That stunt performer had to really be dependent on the stunt driver, making sure to maintain that speed so that stunt person can actually know when the perfect timing was for him to actually push off of his pegs and then do a shoulder roll onto the bed of the truck. Him going into the barrels. The barrels are not something that's too hard to go into. It's just a matter of protecting yourself as you're going through there. They probably did a cowboy switch at the end where the stunt performer went through, and then on the next shot where you see the actor, you'll actually see Martin. Oh my God, that was so awesome. I had such an amazing time just getting a chance to go through all the stunts. One of the things that I really want you to get out of this, the stunt men and women here put their life on the lines all the time, but I also want you to get out of it of how amazing the actors are, and together with the actor and the stunt person, we're able to give an amazing performance. So I hope you see that we need each other. We thrive off each other, and we have each other's back so that you can enjoy entertainment.